Oh, gotta get in it. Oh my giddy heart. Whoa. I've got to be a little quiet because it is 7 in the morning. I'm just doing a few little jobs before I go to the MOT at 9 for this car, because yeah, there was a lot of comments in the previous videos saying, oh, this car shouldn't be on the road, it's not roadworthy. So I figured we may as well get it checked. I first inquired about a safety check, and the garage said, well, if you're going to get a safety check, you may as well get an MOT. It's cheaper. The insurance providers take it more seriously if there is, heaven forbid, something that goes wrong. And also, if it's going to fail its MOT, it probably shouldn't be on the road anyway. Because of course, this car is older than 40 years old. And in the UK, that means it's tax exempt and it's also MOT exempt. So you don't actually need to get this tested to go on the road, unlike most of the other cars that are on the road. Which is pretty good, but it leaves a fair chance that there's some pretty dodgy, ropey vehicles driving around. And yeah, I use this on really long journeys to pick up stuff because it's funner, and I'm probably not really using it in the spirit of the MOT exemption kind of thing when you're just twaddling around on a sunny Sunday afternoon. So today is the day we're going to find out whether it is even roadworthy in the first place. It's absolutely chucking it down out there. I'm covered in wetness because I've been knelt down underneath it, just double checking a couple of things because yeah, I got a little bit of a list that I did this morning. Door hinge on that side had needed tightening. I needed to double check the wipers actually work. They're the incorrect wipers because the wipers, if you saw in the last video, I lost one of the wipers. I ordered some and they didn't turn up in time. Sod's law, they're going to turn up when the MOT starts. So I went over to a local garage that has stock of mini parts and I bought the only mini windscreen wipers they had. Sadly, they're for slightly newer models. So I've put a bit of heat shrink underneath them in the hope that it will just get past and then pop the proper ones on when I get back. I'm pretty sure it's all right. They seem to work. I had to replace the wiper fluid pipe that went to one of the squirty bits. It was kind of squirting it straight into the kind of area of the intake of the carburetor, which wouldn't have been good. I had a realization last night that the rear registration tail light might not even be plumbed in, but luckily this morning, double checking it, it was. All of the lights seem to work right now, but sod's law, one of them will break on the way there. One morning last week, I had a quick look around to see if it needed any spare parts before I was going to go and take it to MOT it, and I ordered that in time. I decided to replace both track rod ends. These are the little ball joint hinges that go on the end of something called the steering rack. And yeah, so when you steer, it acts as the hinge, which causes the wheels to move. You've got ones that have seen better days. Well, that's definitely a lethal situation, because imagine if that breaks, then one of the wheels is just like going like this, and it's like, oh, you can't steer me anymore. So maybe it was a little bit over the top, but as you can see, the rubber on them was cracking and one of them was all the way through. So I figured that might be an advisory or even a fail. So swapped those out for ones that were the same size. I tried to make sure that they went back in the same place as much as possible, because if they're in the wrong place, which would cause problems, if you know about tracking, that's when they get the wheels just facing just right. For this car, it's a tiny bit sticking out, just a tiny bit. After the last long journey I did to go and pick up a synthesizer, I noticed that the back wheel bearings were a little wobbly. I'm not sure whether that was because they were fudged or not, but I decided to replace those, and they're not wobbly anymore. So yeah, the main reason I'm going is it's been pretty much a year since this car's been looked at by somebody who knows what they're talking about. I replaced the front brakes to put smaller wheels on. I put 10-inch wheels instead of 12-inch wheels. They're the same circumference because they've got bigger tyres, but yeah, minis were designed for 10-inch wheels. And I just think the 10-inch wheels suit the car driving-wise and all that stuff just a lot better than 12s. I had a look around for any new rust spots I wasn't aware of before, and I'm pretty sure I've got it all covered. A few months ago, I covered the bottom end with something called Lanagard. It's made from sheep wool oil, and apparently it stops rust and stuff. So I removed some of the crusty looking underseal on the bottom and sprayed it with this stuff. I don't know whether it's going to be any good, so we'll find out, but it seems to be doing the job so far. So I've done as much as I can do because I'm a well-meaning plonker, and because I'm a well-meaning plonker, it's probably good that I got this MOT'd. The funny thing is one of the perks of having a classic car that's older than 40 years is it's tax exempt and it's also MAT exempt. But the more I've owned it, the more I've realised that it's probably a wise idea to actually get it MOT'd. Due diligence, I think the word is. Anyway, I'll take it over to the garage now and I'll let you know how I get on. It's going to fail, isn't it? There's going to be something really stupid I didn't think about. There's definitely going to be something stupid I didn't think about. Oh no. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I've left the lights on. Oopsie daisy. But we have a pass. We have a car that is now MOT'd with no advisories whatsoever. How good is that? So yeah, it was great actually. Like, I'm glad I put that work in just before, because no advisories whatsoever. I don't know why I was so worried. They were quite complimentary about the vehicle. I was able to have a quick peek underneath as well, see it at a different angle, see if there was anything. They couldn't find anything. They mentioned, because they couldn't find anything, they said that one of the mud flaps was slightly lower than the other one. But yeah, I'm really pleased. So yeah, whoever said this wasn't roadworthy and, you know, shouldn't be on the road, well, look at me now, mum. No advisories whatsoever. It's safe. I mean, it's not safe, but it's safer than I thought it was. So yeah. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, thank fudge, we can go and pick some synthesizers up next week. So I guess we will be seeing this car again in a couple of videos time when I go and pick up some more synthesizers on an over road trip. So yeah, until next time, I'm Look Mum No Computer. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe. It's not all car videos, this is the only car video, really. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ra for now.